Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to change your identity and why it's so important. Before I jump into today's topic, my name is Julia, I'm a manifestation coach, and here on this YouTube channel, I'm talking about all things consciousness, inner healing, self-love, and manifestation. If you're looking for support on your journey, check out the links in the description box below. I offer one-on-one support as well as courses and other services. And if you want to connect to me and to see more content, then you can also connect to me on Instagram. Alright, that being said, let's jump into today's topic. Changing your identity is one of the most important aspects of manifesting. When we're manifesting, many people are focusing on just affirming, applying techniques, and they're really trying to force their reality to conform to their desire. But you gotta remember that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. And the easiest way for long-term results and quick shifts is when you start to embody a new identity. So instead of being the person who wants the manifestation, you're the person who has the manifestation. Instead of wanting a relationship, you have a relationship. You're identifying as a person who either already has a relationship or who thinks that it's always easy to find love and to be respected and to feel deserving of love. So that is the real difference between trying to manifest and actually manifesting. This is why it is so important to change your identity, to start to embody a new identity. It's because that is really the root cause for your manifestation, or the root cause for either you struggling with manifesting or you manifesting really, really effortlessly. You want to create an identity that is feeling really deserving of anything that you want. That's the identity that we want to create, is that you are always loved, you are love, you're always abundant, you are abundance, and that just anything that you desire comes to you in a very aligned way and in a very easy and effortless and flowy way. You want to have an identity that feels like it's natural to feel and experience love, abundance, and flow daily. An identity who feels like calm and grounded and at the same time excited and happy and grateful. Those are the qualities that you want to embody in your new self-concept. When you're embodying those qualities, that's why I'm mentioning them, it's going to be much easier to then create specific beliefs about specific desires and to implement them, because you're already shifted into an identity of I'm getting what I want. And then you can just tweak a little more if that's even going to be necessary. Probably not. You want to create an identity that feels complete and whole. And I think there are really two aspects to that. Like, we have the part of you that is impersonal, the God self, the part of you that really is just aligned with love and abundance in a very general way and in a very impersonal way. And then we also have the level of your human self or your ego or your personal identity. And that is where you want to not only embody these energies and just experience them in a very impersonal way, but really, and that's where your identity is created, create an identity and a belief system that you are, that you as a person are abundant, you as a person are love. And why I'm mentioning even the God self and that impersonal energy of consciousness is because that's where you gain that energy from. Your self-concept and your identity, your new self-concept, your new identity are fueled by the deeper source of the God self or God, consciousness, love, abundance, the universe, life, however you want to name it. That's the source of everything, and you are that. And from that source, you have infinite possibilities and infinite love and abundance to pour into the world, but also into yourself. And that's important to know when you're creating your new self-concept, because you don't have to take it from nowhere. You have this infinite source that is present everywhere in everybody. And from there, you're creating this persona, this character that you are playing in this body, and that you're identifying with this new self-concept, with this new story that is aligned with the energy of your God self. Now, that was just like a little deeper explanation that is not even necessary, but I think you just hearing that can really help and empower you. Now, I already talked about why it is so important to shift your identity. Now, let's talk about how you're doing that. And from my perspective, there are really 3 steps to take. The first step is, I'm going to say it in chronological order. Usually you are working on all of them more or less simultaneously. I implement something every single day from all of these 3 steps. I'm just intuitively, not even because I try to, I'm just intuitively doing that. So the first step is to challenge your old identity. You gotta become conscious of the old story, the old character that you've been playing. Maybe you've been playing somebody who is not successful. Maybe you've been playing somebody who's struggling in life. Maybe you've been playing somebody who doesn't know their purpose, or who has difficulty finding love or finding friends. I know it's painful to look at those issues, but it's really important. 1, because you really gotta challenge those beliefs so you detach from them. And secondly, you are growing in awareness and in energy when you are practicing to gain the power to look at your old story and to challenge it. Because who is actually looking at the old story? It's your God self, it's your consciousness. As you are putting the awareness on yourself, you are starting to disidentify from the old self-concept. That's why it's so powerful to actually take a conscious look at your old story instead of running away from it. It's because in doing that, you're gaining power over your emotions, you're gaining stability if you allow yourself to stay strong, realize that there's nothing to be afraid of, they're just thoughts and emotions, and as you're looking at them, you're able to overcome them and to transcend them in time. Also, what is part of the first step is that you pour love into your old self-concept. Probably there are things in your old self-concept that have been pretty painful, and you don't just want to try and disidentify in a rude or dismissive way. You don't want to be dismissive towards yourself. You want to be really, really loving, even to those aspects of yourself that are in pain, especially to those. You want to really allow yourself to be very compassionate, to be very gentle with yourself as you're working through the old beliefs. I'm going to link you an emotional healing video up here so you can really apply that as you are looking at your old reality, as you're taking this first step. The second step is to just practice to be present and mindful during anything that you're doing. That's ultimately your God self, it's ultimately your consciousness. It's just presence. You're not judging, you're not wanting, you're not needing, you're already complete right now. Every moment is a gift, and as consciousness, you know that. This step of just being present is something that we want to cultivate throughout our lives, because in the present moment and just as consciousness, without needing anything, we are already fulfilled. That's important for you to really remember and practice and be mindful about. This step is also really important because it's going to help you to reinforce awareness towards your old conditioning. Because the more present you are and the more mindful and non-judgmental you are, the easier it's going to be for you to be loving towards yourself, to be detached towards like that all self-concept, but still be aware and loving when it comes up, because you're not judging it, you're not grasping for that new reality, you're just here, you're just complete and happy. And that's how you can really create a new identity. There is a saying, I heard it in one of Shelley Bullard's courses or videos, but she has quoted somebody else, I don't remember the name, but the quote goes something like, now that I accept myself, I am free to change. And that's why the first and the second step are so important, to then in the third step create your new identity and saturate your mind with new beliefs and a new self-concept and a new reality, is when you're not trying to make it happen because you're coming from lack, but you're just pouring your already overflowing love that is just coming out of you in every moment. You're pouring that into a new identity, but not because you're trying to get away from your old identity, but just as a creative process, just as a preference, just because you deserve to feel that good and you deserve to be who you most want to be. Yeah, that's really a big difference, and many people are getting this wrong, and they are, instead of being creative in the pursuit of their new self-concept or in the creation of their new self-concept, they're really grasping that new reality from a space of lack, because they haven't done steps 1 and 2 properly. They haven't really connected to who they really are. They haven't accepted who they are. They haven't practiced non-judgment towards their so-called negative emotions or unpleasant emotions. They haven't accepted that old identity. And I don't want to say that that is necessary, because you can absolutely manifest without doing steps 1 and 2. But I can just say that for myself, I completely struggle. If I don't do steps 1 and 2, I struggle with step 3. Not because it's not possible, but simply because I'm so distracted by my trauma, or I have been so distracted by my trauma, that I wasn't able to even fathom a reality where that's not present. So I had to really work on loving myself so that I'm in that calm state, and then I can focus on creating a new reality. If you feel like you want to jump directly to step 3, that's fair. You can do that, you can try that, but I just want to create awareness that step 1 and 2 are really will really be adding to your life, to profound connections, to profound relationship with yourself, and to a deeper level of fulfillment that is not based in duality, or like, now I have this but I still feel that I'm scared of this, so it's like, for example, now I finally have love, but I'm still scared that it could go away, so I really always need that validation. And again, I know there are people, they're manifesting without doing steps 1 and 2. At least I heard people say that. From my perspective, steps 1 and 2 seem to be very, very stabilizing. And I don't know any really profound person who has a really profound and deep, calm presence and real deep self-love that hasn't done that, or isn't in some way very compassionate and non-judgmental. I think these are really steps that will make a lot of difference in the depth of your fulfillment. And in step 3, you keep on saturating yourself with that new reality, with that new identity, for example, through affirmations, through scripting, through other techniques, but also simply just by embodying that new version, by thinking about who do I most want to be, and then start to dress like that person, move like that person, think like that person, and really just allow yourself to be inspired by the world, by other people, and embody the qualities that you most want to embody. It's absolutely up to you how you want to work on these steps. If you need support with that, I'm happy to support you. Just reach out to me in the description box below, or write me a comment telling me that you want coaching with me, and I'm happy to walk you through a process where you fundamentally create a new identity and create lasting changes in your life. I'm happy to support you in walking through all the 3 steps and to hold space for you when challenging emotions are coming up, so you have all the tools that you need to never be afraid of your emotions ever again, because you know how to handle them now. If you have any questions to this topic, please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to support this channel, I'd be so grateful if you leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video with a friend or two that might be interested in this topic, because this will help my YouTube channel grow and, yes, help me reach more people, talk to more people, and ultimately, hopefully, impact a lot of people. Now, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed making this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.